gentlemen, welcome to today's webinar. This is going to be a very, very loaded webinar. Let's just wait a couple of minutes until people start falling in. It's going to be a ton of value for free. There might be companies, there might be agencies out there for you guys that logged in that already have an internal marketing department, but the knowledge is a little bit outdated because after all, we're in a very, very ever evolving industry when it comes to growth hacking and digital marketing, which you will notice during this webinar. Things change all the time. Algorithms change all the time. Methods of doing things changes all the time according to obviously marketing trends and the trend out there when it comes to us as human beings and how we act and our behaviors, etc. online. So things are very different today than they were, let's say, just 3 years ago. Very, very different. Certain things that worked amazingly well 2-3 years ago does not work today. And if you don't follow certain trends and if you don't follow the innovation and everything that is happening on the digital market today, it's a matter of time before you kind of just get left out. So I will go through the entire funnel today, okay, from the top when it comes to generating leads, the website itself, branding, bounce rates, website design, and then we will take it one step further down, which will be the lead generation. How can we generate leads, paid ads, organic ads to us? And then I will go further down the funnel to retention part, which is the middle of the funnel, and the lower funnel, which basically is the same thing about how do we follow up, lead management. And I think that's the hottest topic in Dubai compared to where I'm from, which is Scandinavia, Sweden. So how do we manage leads? How do we nurture leads? And follow-up procedures, etc. So we will start a little bit about us, me as a person, why real estate, who I generate. You see HubSpot up there and GRM. Those are the two CRMs that we work with. GRM is our own CRM, and HubSpot, everyone knows about HubSpot. And then we will go into a little bit of statistics about where's the wealth coming from, which countries is the wealth shifting in between, a bunch of statistics that I had to do some research on. A little bit about ultra high net worth individuals, where they come from, how many they are, and basically what's happening in the market, competitive analysis, how it was 5 years ago compared to today when it comes to agencies in Dubai. Then we will go into lead generation. I will break down lead generation very, very thoroughly, both from a basic standpoint for the people that are here that don't know much and don't have the knowledge enough about marketing. So they will get a much, much broader understanding of how it actually works. And some parts will be a little bit more deep and down to people working in marketing and your marketing departments, so they can implement certain things that I'm pretty sure that they might not be aware about, and how to accurately and sustainably set up campaigns and run those campaigns. And at the very, very end, the last 10, 12, 15 minutes, we get into what is probably the most important part, which is lead management, CRM, marketing automations, letting a system do follow-ups for you, okay? So we don't waste more time than a phone call or two in following up with the lead. And when we actually do call the lead, they are warmed up. They receive personalized messages from us on WhatsApp, SMS, email, everything from the system. I think that is the key today in this competitive landscape. We can proceed. Okay, so let me move my face, if I can do that. So who am I? My name is Badio Namin. I'm from Gothenburg, Sweden, all right? And I'm the CEO of this company, Generate, founder of it, which we are a traditional digital marketing agency, but also a growth hacking agency. Growth hacking is a subsidiary of digital marketing where you A/B test, split test and A/B test along the whole funnel to find what actually works for you, because every company is different, right? We have a draft and we have an outline and framework on how to do it, but every company's business and every company's client respond different, and that's where the adjustment comes. So you split test along the entire funnel. I will go into what a funnel exactly is for the people that don't know what a funnel is. For some people, they're just laughing because it's self-explanatory. and we split test everything along the funnel, and we scale from there, both vertically and horizontally, when we find that magical touch, right? I've been in sales and marketing for, it's a bit wrong there, I think it's 16 now. I did this about 2 months ago, so it's about 16 now. And my initial degree was a bachelor's degree in business management and marketing, hence my accent. From London. I lived in London for 4 years, but I'm Swedish, right? And my secondary degree, I just got it a couple of years ago, which was in growth marketing at Berg School of Communication, which is the leading school in Europe, actually. They win endless awards in the educational conferences in Nice and Cannes, etc. every year for growth marketing, PR, digital marketing. They got crazy courses, and it was a very, very intensive degree, so to speak. So, what do I know, basically? Who is this guy? Why should we listen to him? Well, I've been in real estate in Dubai for 3 years, between 2013 to 2016, okay? I started in Residence Dubai. I was working there for 3-4 months. I don't even know if they're around anymore. It's a Swedish company. They are around. We used to be in Al Barsha. Things didn't work out. Forest Real Estate at that point, an Indian gentleman, launched it, and he had a shell and core. I think it was Marina Plaza 2701 or 2401 the office was at. He bought these BMWs, put the big F on it. The logo F was completely different from the New Forest, from the lady that bought it from him a couple of years ago. So I was one of the first agents to establish that company. Okay, it was me and a couple of fellow friends that I'm still in touch with today. We did pretty well. And VVIP Real Estate was my own company. After 2 years, I moved over with my colleague at that point, Michael. We opened up our own company alongside everything that happened with the oil. Remember the oil crash back in 2015 when the oil went from like $110 or $105 a barrel to like 50 in the summer of 2015. And in that January, we saw like $23 a barrel. So infrastructure money kind of slowed up. The big hype coming back from the 2008 recovery in Dubai that started in 2011 and going up, it kind of stopped again and dipped. A lot of agents that was focusing on sales moved over to rentals. The competition in rental became insane. A lot of agents actually left and went back home, and those ones that had savings and were smart enough, they stayed and just pushed and pushed and pushed. I was one of those guys that got headhunted to a company in Orlando. So I took that opportunity. I went to Orlando and stayed there. Worked for an amazing company. But then I didn't feel like I wanted to stay with them because they gave me the option to move back to London and not get a green card in America. So I moved back home to Sweden, got completely into growth hacking, growth marketing, always been very, very interested in that. And came back to Dubai again a year ago. And I just want to help you guys. I still love the game. I really love the game. I spend at least an hour every day on Property Finder just checking out properties, where they at. Like me and Michael used to focus on Marina Promenade. I'm looking at Viewport 02s and 04s and the 02 and 01 units and Promenade. How much are they going for? What are the Springs Villas going for? Because the Spring Villas was the hot topic back then. There was no Damac Hills, right? Business Bay was 70% sand, right? I'm in Business Bay now. I'm in Marquis Square, and outside of my window, there was no palm trees between myself and Damac Privé. Like, it was just sand. So I love the game. I want to help you guys. That's where I come from, right? So this is my team, all right? Myself and 2 more located here in Dubai. The rest of them are back home in Sweden, all right? I've worked with these guys for 10 years, and they continued that path from one of my previous jobs before coming to Dubai back in 2013 before that. And this is my team. Everyone's Swedish. Obviously, some of us have foreign backgrounds, such as myself, Giovanni, Sam, Chris, for example. We're Swedish, but we have, immigrant background, all born in Sweden. But yeah, this is the team. These are certified. I just like this colorful slide. We have many, many more certifications. I'm not here to brag about certifications, but we're a Facebook partner mainly. We're a HubSpot partner. We're a Google partner. I probably have 12, 13 of HubSpot's courses that are hours and hours and hours and certifications. I just kept it minimal because it looks like symmetrical and it's beautiful with a little bit of colors, right? So reasons for this webinar. Well, COVID happened. When I left Dubai 2016, I hadn't been back since COVID happened, and when you had that lockdown I think you had a lockdown of like 5 or 6 months completely, right? When that lockdown opened up, Dubai was really the only place you could travel to, really. So I came back because I have a couple of friends here. You know, I have a couple of friends from the real estate days still here, and I kind of miss Dubai. I haven't been here for 4 years. So I came back, and I was here the entire winter. Obviously, we have 90-day visas with Swedish passports. I was here for like 60, 70 days. Then I went back home for a month, and then I came again for like 60, 70 days, 80 days, etc. I was here that whole winter, and I investigated the market. Now, back in the days, right, a lot of people got mugged off their money from developers. Developers start constructing something, they reach the like 14th floor. You know, now I've heard that they're on auction, etc. You can buy the project and the master plan, etc. So a lot of people got scammed back in the days. I'm taking you back now, like 15 years, 20 years. So the trust for Dubai was as much as the people visiting Dubai. People that hasn't visited Dubai and know anyone in Dubai, there was no trust in that sense because, you know, you read articles, right? And so I stumbled across that couple of articles about the legislation that, they have to show proof. Developers have to show proof of funds before they can start a project. So it's bad for the rep of Dubai. And then of course I saw the governmental massive plan for 2040, and I thought to myself, wow, the city is growing. Although everything that happened with oil back then, city's gonna grow insane. And then we had Expo, etc. coming around the corner. Unfortunately, it was delayed because of COVID. So I thought, okay, listen, I need to go back. I need to come back. I miss Dubai, and I'm gonna take my new fresh knowledge and implement it here, because I'm going to come into that why I say exactly this for the real estate niche as well. So my initial general analysis was that we have immense investment opportunities but lack the knowledge and experience to project and market our future. Am I saying that every agency? No, of course not. A lot of agencies are doing it amazingly, okay? So here's the opportunities. It's all online, guys. Google it. Outflows of wealthy individuals. This is what's happening. Unfortunately, with the tragic events of, Ukraine, Russia, they're landing there now. Russia's always been a big, big part of this segment and this market. But I think now more than ever, Ukraine as well, now more than ever. India's always been there as well. But China, let's put it this way. China, I did not see a single Chinese name in any of the databases back in the days. Maybe one or two. Imagine the whole EMA database. We can talk freely, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. So now I see Chinese, like Soba Heartland, Chinese. My Building, Chinese. Azizi, Chinese. Everything in Maidan, Chinese. So this is the outflows of wealthy individual, and on top spot, number one of where the inflows of wealthy individuals are coming is the UAE. The reason I'm lifting up all of these international things as well, that I think we have a great opportunity in bringing foreign investment. I understand referrals. I understand you do a good job with landlords, tenants that are looking to buy now, previous buyers, your network, all the agents you work with, that you build some sort of trust, even though that trust is kind of rare, but you kind of build that trust with agents, etc. I understand that. Property Finder, do Bizzle by you, of course, but there is so much more to do from abroad, but no one's really, really implementing it. I've seen a couple of companies doing an amazing job with implementing it, but that's just a couple, maybe 10, all right? So that's why I'm talking about where the money's coming from, etc. Okay? Now, competitive analysis, 2017, this is all from DLD. We had 2,200 agencies. Today, we have 3,000. It's actually like 3,016. I've rounded the number up. Same with brokers, double in brokers, okay? So I usually say the same thing. When there's competition like this, I read something about Albert Einstein, I think it's very, very correct. When there's competition like this, only insane do the same things but expect different results. So the whole thing about just focusing on this market, this domestic market with, Property Finder and whatever that entails in your social media management and all of that, I think you have to think a little bit outside the box and follow those trends that we are in today, all right? So how are agencies currently operating and adjusting? This is what I was going to come to when I said I decided to get back into real estate. I have a bunch of tools. It's my job. I can see what every website uses. I can see if they've implemented tracking. I can see how much traffic is coming to their website. I can see what their bounce rates are. I can see a lot of things. It's my job, okay? So what I did was, this is back in when I was doing my investigation back in COVID times when I was here just visiting, okay? I picked randomly, went to Property Finder, okay? Property Finder. picked smaller companies, medium-sized companies, a few larger companies, which I expected was doing well. And I just randomly selected those websites. 34 out of those 50 websites did not have any tracking or pixel setup. Having a pixel setup is different than actually operating with the pixel, okay? It's like having a flat tire in the back of the car, but never needing to use it. You see what I'm saying? So if you, that day when you get a flat tire, you will need to use it, okay? It's basically the same thing. A lot of companies do have pixels, but it's not set up. It's not being utilized in that matter. 34 out of 50. 46 out of 50 did not have any trust-oriented content. Very, very rarely do I go to a real estate website where they have a section, a video sales letter that we call it, a section where the agent is showing the area, the villa, the house. It's just like this. All the pages more or less look the same, okay? I can tell what kind of knowledge been brought in to create the website. It's just fancy pictures, no branded guidelines along to their brand and logo. Almost looking a little bit sketchy, which is coming further down there. So there's no trust-oriented content, no blogs. Of course, blogs is becoming kind of standard here, but no case studies. This is how we helped Igor from Russia that came in and needed to move his money to secure his money. This is how we helped, I don't know, Jing Lu from China. You see what I'm saying? To build some sort of trust. 41 out of 50 weren't running Facebook ads. And I speak to a lot of agents because I see them everywhere. I'm in Marquis Square. I got Axe Capital over here. They're always sitting having lunch with a bunch of people outside of Carrefour here. There's plenty of real estate companies next door in Opal, in Opal Tower. And I've spoken to a bunch of others just on the go, people that I know. No, we don't run Facebook ads because Facebook ads terrible. Oh, really? Okay. There's 3 billion users on Facebook ads. Maybe it's because you don't know how to set up an efficient and sustainable strategy. Maybe it's not Facebook that is the problem. Maybe it's you or whoever you hire to do the job. Nonsense. Facebook is the place to gather leads. Okay, 3 billion users. You can't find any leads on Facebook. Where are you going to find leads? I'm sorry, I'm being very blunt, very, very straightforward. I don't mean to be harsh in any way. All due respect. I'm just telling you how it is. Okay. 39 out of 50 scored very low on SEO. I can see that as well. SEO is search engine optimization. 42 out of 50 had no branded website, almost a bit sketchy to the look. We're going to get into that. 40 out of 50 had very slow, disengaging website, unclear CTAs, no forms, or very few forms. I'm going to get into that as well. Now, am I saying all agencies? It's just 50 of 3,000 websites and a bunch of landing pages people might have. But like Isaiah Berlin said, to understand is to perceive patterns. I just see a pattern. And I know for a fact that some of the companies or some of the people that you hire, or not you, anyone hire in this region is usually pretty cheap labor, okay? And I will get into that later on as well. The knowledge level is not there what it's supposed to be. That's why everything looks more or less the same down here. Your website is your airport. It's kind of hot in here. I've got AC on and everything. Which one would you visit again and recommend to others? Just a little bit of a pictures. It is your airport. I don't care about Doha, but I love their airport. I love that teddy bear. I remember the teddy bear in Doha airport, right? Proceed. Why is this crucial? Because, like I said earlier on, we're going to get into it. Countries from the West, a lot of European money is coming to Dubai. People want to escape their taxes. Countries are slack. Countries are stressing over what happened in COVID. They went back in terms of finances. Their balance sheet got completely messed up. Who's being affected? The normal everyday person. Increase of tax. A lot of people are coming. But the countries from the West also have a different type of standard when it comes to their online pattern because they're a little bit more advanced than us, right? So they have a website which is very, very nice here could be very 2015 over there. So they have a different high set of standards when it comes to their index of threshold of what they perceive looks professional, so to speak. They want to see proof of work. This is what I'm talking about, case studies. They want to be educated about your professionalism. The reason I'm lifting this up is I know for a fact 2 companies that are killing it by only marketing to France. I'm not going to say who because, of course I can't say that. But for example, right? They want to be educated about your professionalism. Again, this is content. They want to be insured about their investment. Again, this is how good you are, how trustworthy you are. And they want to feel safe in an unsafe situation. That's when they will feel safe in an unsafe situation. Website is everything, okay? If you're trying to market internationally, everything. It's rocket science, guys. It's some of the things are very basic, like I said in the beginning. Bounce rate by industry. There's a reason why real estate niche has the 5th highest bounce rate. Bounce rate meaning that someone comes to the website, within the next couple of seconds leaves. And I'm going to get into why. It's called engagement psychology. Again, it's not me assuming anything or having an opinion. This is all data and fact from research, okay? Now, here's engagement psychology. If you look further down, it says here, Heck's Law. If you go to anyone that's going to build a website, here's some value for you guys, okay? Anyone from a marketing department. Go to lawsofux.com. If you are planning to reconstruct a website for your company, or if you're an agency for someone, for another company, always go via this website. This is a website that's taken in a framework of how things should be. UX is basically user experience, okay? This is causing engagement, etc. Heck's Law says the time it takes to make a decision increases with the number and complexity of choices. I took my own website because I think it's very, very clear as an example. Okay, this is my website. I put Let's Generate here for branding purposes. You click on this Let's Generate. You're going to go scroll all the way down to my calendar for free consultation. The first thing they teach you, all right, is the blurring effect, okay? If we look at the next slide, the blurring effect, basically, you are only supposed to see clear-cut CTAs. When you blur, okay? If we go up again, this would be the website. Clear-cut CTAs. Background is all even. There's a white text on there, but that's a slogan, right? But clear-cut CTAs are usually the colors that is supposed to go along the branding guidelines, okay? All of them should be like that. I've seen websites with different color CTAs as well. Very confusing. Up here, and you'll leave, okay? These are clear-cut CTAs. Call to action. We want them to engage. We want them to do some sort of action plan. I've picked randomly a website just to showcase this. I've blurred everything out. I don't know if these individuals are here, but I've blurred everything out. This is just a prime example. First of all, the first thing that happened was a chat popped up. This increases your bounce rate. It's all on Google, guys. Google it. This is not assuming, this is data. First of all, if you have a chatbot just coming up, or a banner coming in with a discount, which is not in your case, but e-commerce, I'm just giving you general information, the probabilities of a bounce rate increases with 59%. This should never come up. This should only be here as an option if the user wants to communicate with you. Should never come up. So this is a prime example now, right? We did this. If we blur this, what do we see? We have a big blue banner that is taking basically space in our mind. We have blue here. We got that blue over there. We have a big green box here. This is kind of neutral, so it doesn't really catch our eye. We have a big orange thing that catches our eye. The rest in the background is kind of flowing, so it's not that bad in that sense. And a big blue thing here. What do you think your brain's gonna think? Where to look? I'm confused. Where to look? Too much information in one go. Too much information. So website, important. Anyone want to build a website? Go to this place and go according to this framework. Okay, this is data and science. So. And then we got branding. Which one speaks more of value to you? We have two furniture stores here. Okay, Bull Concept, Danish company. Danish or Swedish? I don't know. I love this website. It's clean. They've gone with two colors, white and black. So the hero section is all white. The CTA is black. Bull Concept is black. Very soothing pictures. Very soothing for the eye. Makes you want to engage. Then we have two different sets of reds. A furniture store. It just looks sketchy, this one. I don't even know if this is a scam. You know, I don't know. It just looks a bit sketchy. So which one speaks more value to you? So you have to think all the time when it comes to these things, like, what am I projecting to the world? Am I projecting a true representation of what my experience and knowledge is? Or do I just think this is good enough, right? If we go to the next one, we're on websites and branding now. So brand experience. All of these products you see in front of you share the same ingredients. It's the same product, but they're presented differently. Which shampoo is more expensive? I mean, it's a package, right? It's a branding experience, okay? I just want you guys to open up. It's not just about real estate. It's generally here as well, okay? Which coffee is the strongest? I use strongest because coffee is supposed to be strong. It's the same. So think about these things. So ignore your pride. Pride, this is our biggest enemy in life. It's our pride that don't let us admit to ourselves if we're doing something wrong or if we've been rude to someone, etc. This is a big problem for us. Ignore your pride, have self-distance, and ask yourself, is your knowledge, if you're an excellent agent, or if you have 4 excellent agents in your office, they're killing it, okay? Is their knowledge and your knowledge and experience and your agency's expertise aligned with your brand and website? I know it's difficult to step outside of your own bubble, but try to do that and look at your website. If you're happy with it, if the website is great, then of course, I'm just trying to start from website and then we're going to move down the funnel, right? How do you think others view your agency and brand upon landing on your website? This is some companies run a bunch of surveys, but surveys, it's like 30% of the people fill them out, actually, okay? Who has been given their responsibility to handle your strategy and brand? If you're trying to accumulate millions in commission every month, everything has to be aligned, right? Everything must be aligned. I can't wear an Armani suit and jump on a bus. It's not really aligned, right? Here's the 6 pillars to transform the core. Now we're going to get a little bit more deeper. It's going to be a bit more technical. I'm going to try to be as specific as possible. So we have branding and website. We've gone through that. Infrastructure enhancement. We're going to go through that. Integrated digital advertising. This is ever changing with trends. Data-driven content marketing. This is going to be the biggest key factor with so many competitors in this market, especially when Dubai is growing the way Dubai is growing, okay? Advanced 360-degree social media marketing and automation, data collection, audience growth, and data amplification. These 2 might be a little bit too technical for some, and for other people, it's kind of a given. So these are the 6 pillars to transform the core. If you want to transform and do it according to a framework of growth hacking and digital marketing in today's market that actually works, okay? I'm sorry, the camera's there, but my screen is here. That's why I'm not having eye contact with you guys. There we go. And here's the ecosystem. Again, some general information for you guys. This is the ecosystem. This is how it actually is supposed to work. You have your Google ads, you have your Facebook ads, you have your programmatic ads, which is retargeting, etc., and a bunch of stuff I'm going to get into when I come around it. So these are the customer touch points. Touch points meaning basically lead channel 1 could be a referral from you. You did a good job, you got referred to someone else. This could be a Google ad. This could be an organic Google coming in from just searching on Google in terms of SEO because you've done an excellent job with your content and keywords. This could be a Facebook ad. This could be an Instagram ad. This could be an Instagram DM. What I'm trying to say is all these customer touch points needs to come in somewhere called a CRM. I know you guys, and I used to do it as well. We all used to do it. We have PropSpace. We have My CRM, which are probably the most standardized CRMs in Dubai. I have my opinions about them. I had a database guy. Don't shoot me for saying this. I think everyone knows. I had a database guy that sold me a list back in 2015 when we started our company, and we came across another company's whole database. I mean, yeah, whatever. The CRM is supposed to be more than just reminders, tasks. The lead came in. That's their phone number. No, that's regular CRMs. It's a fancier version of an Excel sheet. I'm going to get into that further down. So marketing automation needs to be one of the things, creating workflows, creating a system that can communicate with clients for us so we don't need to waste so much time, okay? It's automated. This is what the CRM have to have capability. So all the leads come into the CRM. The CRM, we can assemble and apply marketing automation. Same with everything that comes in from our social media marketing automation channels comes in here. And this is the ecosystem, right? This is how it's supposed to be done. Audience selection, here we go. A little bit of statistics. Here you got billionaires. I'm not going to get into it because it's kind of self-explanatory. Ultra high net worth individuals, very high net worth individuals, and high net worth individuals. This is the population, how many of them we have in the world, right? Top 5 countries, where they are. This is how we could target in those countries. Now we're getting into lead generation a little bit more from general information. It's quite immense. It's quite immense. These are the countries. So how do we target these people? Hyper-targeting. What do you mean hyper-targeting? We need to start with the countries from the slide before. Then we need to look into the cities. And we need to look at the areas that they spend their holiday. How do we find these, Bardio? Well, you need to Google. First of all, you need to Google. There's pages like statista.com. Cost a little bit of money, but you can find out any data possible. Or you can do it like how I like to do it, split test. Split test meaning set up 25 different ad sets, see what works. All right, this is how it's supposed to go. The customer journey, very important. I'll talk about it. A lot of people get this misconstrued. We have strangers. We have to do these tactics above here in order to transfer them along the buyer's journey, okay? Let's say there's a buyer, okay? The buyer has, let's say, 5 million dirham, okay? Sold his company, got money from his dad, whatever. He's got 5 million buyers. He knows he wants to invest. He has no idea where. How many times have you received a phone call from a buyer saying, yeah, I'm a cash buyer. I'm looking for something for investment. An investment is easier because they just look at numbers. If they have kids and family, it has to be 16 boxes that have to be ticked off, right? And the wife had to agree everything. I'm just going to take the easy one. And they don't know where to start. How many areas do we have in Dubai? How many views do we have? How many unit types do we have? It's just such a long work. A lot of people be like, okay, this guy's not serious. Maybe not meaning that this guy's not serious. I'll call this guy in like 6 months because then he's been running around with all the other agents, right? So we got strangers. How do we attract these strangers? Through content, keywords, Google, and social media marketing in order for them to become visitors. Here is the part where the website starts. If your website's not good, they're going to fall off. If your content is not good, if you don't have any forms, no call to action buttons, no good landing pages, they're going to fall off. So this is where we do the conversion from visitors into leads. Leads is us grabbing their phone number and email address so we have something to work with. How do we close them? CRM. CRM for automations. Workflows is basically automation. I'm going to show you a workflow later down the line. Emails. Patience. It's from a different webinar. This is supposed to be clients. This is from a different. I was running a medical tourism webinar in mid-September, right? This is the customer journey. Let's say you want to buy a car. You have no idea which car you want to buy, but you just need to buy a car. So you're going to move yourself along the journey when you've visited 4 branches on Sheikh Zayed Road, you've driven a couple of cars, then you're filtering down, right? This is the buyer's journey. This is something to think about. And now we have channel selections. This is how we run ads. Awareness campaign needs to always be 40% of your budget allocation. Always. Awareness campaign. We need to be visible for as many people as possible, regardless if it's domestic advertising or off-plan for international investors. Okay? Always. Because as we filter them down, okay, let's say we got 100 leads in the last 3 weeks. Let's say, just play with the number 100. All right? We filtered them down. The stream of 100 is going to stop if we're just going to completely go over to budget utilizations. So we need to have a 40-60 split, and this is the channel selection for tactical display advertising. If you want to do display advertising, then you go tactical search advertising, direct marketing, affiliate marketing, etc. I don't want to dig too deep into the technical stuff because we've already spent 33 minutes here, but I just want to give you a brief on how it's supposed to be done in the correct way. Okay, we got more to come here. So digital marketing channels, everyone knows. Everyone and their cat's mother's maiden name spend like 5 hours a day on social media. We have search engine optimization. We've got search engine marketing. Email marketing is big. People are like, no one in Dubai read their emails. That's because you blast out a draft. It's zero personalized. There's no follow-up to it. There is not a 7-step follow-up. Science says that it requires between 6 to 8 email touch points before the person actually engages with the email and reads the email. I receive emails all the time. They all look the same. They could be from 20 different companies, but you can very clearly see they've gone to MailChimp or Mailgun and they've taken a template. They've taken some fancy pictures from Damak brochure, an email brochure, or whatever, put them in there. They all look the same. I don't even know which company has sent me what. Their logo is all the way down at the footer. Of course, email marketing is not going to work if it's not personalized, if it's not appealing, if it doesn't say, hi, Sam. You requested, you filled out a form like 6 months ago. I don't know if you remember that. You probably get bombarded with agencies, but I figured that this could be something for you. How do you feel? Speaking to the person as if you've written the email. Of course, it's not going to work otherwise. Affiliate marketing. These are the digital marketing channels you need to go through, okay? This is a funnel that I was talking about, the awareness campaigns, okay? We got social media ads, we got targeting, we got display ads. This is how we get their attention, the awareness. Sorry, this is the IDA model, which is awareness, interest, desire, and action, okay? This is the funnel that I'll continuously talk about. This is how we need to go through. When we got them engaged, when we got them interested, we need to do remarketing. Remarketing is, have you ever wondered why it's so funny that, you've been to, I don't know, hotels.com or Emirates.com. You didn't really book the ticket, but then even a week later, when you're like on a whole different website, the banner comes up with exactly the ticket you were looking for, because they're doing remarketing on you, and this requires tracking. Okay, paid search, SEO, search engine optimization. When it comes to desire, it's going to be remarketing again. This is key, and SEO, always important, related to your content and your website. Email marketing comes in here because now they know us. It's easier to get engagement in email marketing because they know us now. We've already gone through the customer journey and moved them further down the line, right? And then action. We have marketing automation, which is key today. Not many companies are implementing marketing automation. The only marketing automation I've seen is from like Aramex or DHL, when they say, when do you want to have your package delivered, between 7 to 11, and then it replies back. That's the only thing I've seen on for example, WhatsApp. And we do that as well. We have our own WhatsApp marketing automation tool, by the way. We have 2 amazing tools that I've set up only for this market. And then, this is the ideal campaign structure. TOFU is top of the funnel that we just went through. Middle of the funnel is consideration, and bottom of the funnel is the conversion. So we have the awareness campaigns, go as broad as possible. It doesn't cost that much to run that. Then we have the consideration. We need to have an ideal campaign structure for the middle of the funnel. This is a lot of ad sets, right? And then we have conversions for the bottom of the funnel. So everything is designed differently, but it's designed to catch the audience and communicate the correct message at the correct time based on where they are in the funnel or in the buyer's journey, if you may. This is great. This is great. A lot of companies don't even want to say what they do, but this is how we do it. So we need to excite them. This is the ad group number 1, open targeting. Maybe this is a little bit technical for some of the people, but hey, just bear through it. The best part coming at the end when it comes to our automations, and I'll show you graphically how we do it. Ad group number 1, we have always open targeting. Always ad group number 2 would be interest-based behaviors and hashtags. Open targeting will let the algorithm do its job. Ad group number 2 will be based on what we think would probably function. Again, this is A/B testing. You A/B test what works, what doesn't work. 24 hours is enough. People say you need to A/B test for 7 days. No. If it doesn't work, you can see from KPIs, key point indicators, what is the cost per mil? Cost per showing it for 1,000 people. What is the click-through rate? How many people have actually gone through and checked the video or gone through to the landing page? How many people have filled out the form? 24 hours is enough, right? A full 24 hours, and you can see what's performing, what's not performing. Shut that down. Whatever's performing, let's allocate the budget from what wasn't working into the other one. Let's scale it. Maybe not vertically, maybe not horizontally, but at least vertically, right? I mean, I did the wrong thing, but you know what I'm talking about. Engage would be the second one, which would be exactly the same as the first one when it comes to excite, but then we create lookalike audiences. I don't want to dig deep into lookalike audiences. That's going to be very difficult to explain at this given time. If you want to know more, just book a free consultation with me. And then we have finally convert. How can we convert them? What would be the best possibility? Then we have the 3 ad groups from the previous excite and engage base. But then we have retargeting of reach and video view engagement and lookalikes. Ad group number 5 would be purchase intention. Not going to dig deep into it. I've already mambled for 39 minutes, but just have a look. At the end of the day, this is supposed to be something of giving a bunch of free value, so you don't need to go on Google in case you want to do all of this, or you don't have the edge in terms of your marketing department. So, your brand, your choice. I think this is very unfortunate in Dubai and many, many other countries. I think this is very, very unfortunate. People expecting amazing results by hiring the wrong people, okay? We are surrounded by very cheap labor, so to speak, people that, will do everything for you for 3,000 dirham or 2,000 dirham or, very technological stuff. You're basically putting your entire company's strategies in the hands of people with maybe not always the best knowledge. You find your people that are very, very knowledgeable as well. I'm not trying to bash anyone here, but there's a reason why sometimes things do not go according to plan. I think everyone here knows what I'm talking about, right? If you're trying to scale up and put 1 million or 2 or 5 on your board, and you got 20 agents or 15 agents, and you're generating that much money, right? it's a bit sad, and it's very unstrategic to think that, you know what, a marketing department costing me 15,000 and consists of 5 people is going to be enough. I don't. Some of them are very, very good. Some of them, and some agencies are very, very good. Usually they're very expensive, but some cheaper agencies are very, very good as well. But they're not in the forefront in terms of education and knowledge and experience. That's just a fact. Okay. This is a perfect example. If you want something fast, it won't be cheap. This comes from the great Cardone, you know, the real estate mogul in America. He always talks about this. If you want something cheap, it won't be good, period. If you want something good, it won't be fast, okay? So it's your brand, it's your choice. There's a reason maybe you're in this webinar. Some of you just because you want to fish for information for the marketing department, which is absolutely fine. That's what this is for. But some people that, you know, I've tried one thing for 3 years, it's not working. What does this guy have to say? Maybe I can pick up a little bit of information from this webinar, okay? So you need to do it right. And like I continuously say, like invest in resources to truly understand digital marketing today. And how it actually works, because it is it's very, very evolutional. Sometimes I need to take my Sundays and just go through a bunch of new updates and try to trigger them in my brain on a Sunday, seriously. And I have team members that need to help me. One of our guys is just a complete geek on Google and what's happening with Google and Facebook, which I'm going to get into now. So which markets to target based on data, new trends in digital industry, and good analytical skills. So invest in those resources, because here comes what I just mentioned earlier on. There's upcoming trends to keep an eye on. We all know there's this crazy war between Facebook and Google. Google's been saying for 2 years, but now there's a couple of reports out that it's going to actually happen this year. They're going to remove cookies. For you guys that don't know, cookies is a way of tracking. That's how we track data. That's how they track data at Google, etc. If they remove cooking and you have a team or you have set up a marketing strategy based on old school, based on the older method of tracking, you're not going to be able to track nothing. You're not going to be able to run any retargeting campaigns, okay? And these are some of the upcoming trends to keep an eye on. Copy, value-based bidding, OCI, and PMAX is... I could speak about them for 20 minutes and it's still not going to make sense. It's back-end, it's UTM, it's tracking, I don't want to go overboard. The one that people know about here that is pretty generic is, for example, TikTok. Everyone knows TikTok, you know, people dancing, etc., etc. TikTok search ads is on the verge within the next 24 months to become the new platform for people to search for information over Google. It's on the verge of. I don't have the exact data. I didn't have time. I was preparing for this webinar, okay? So if you don't have the correct team or correct agency that you're working with that is fully split on all of these things, it's just going to be a bit detrimental for you and themselves, because you have to update. I need to update. Everyone needs to update, right? Upcoming trends. The only thing you need to worry about now is what's your conversion rate, your cost per lead, your cost per qualified lead, and your cost per sale. And of course, your ROAS, return on ad spend, not return on investment. That's with the entire balance sheet of the company. This is for marketing we're talking about. So before we dig deep into the really good stuff that will make your life a lot easier, the takeaways up until now for lead generation and website, etc. Set up your goals and objectives. Plan your budget. Research the market. Know your target audience and influencers that we've gone through. Assess your existing content, and you have to continuously develop that for your website. Benchmark the competition. A couple of people are doing the right thing. You can tweak whatever they're doing according to what you like, according to how you would like to perceive your brand. And of course, a bunch of people are doing the wrong thing, and you can just avoid doing it that way. So benchmark your competition, fine-tune your ideas, messages, and theme. This is kind of correlation to what I just said. Identify your channels and tactics. We've gone through all of that. Settle on your process, team, and goals. And of course, establish measurements and reporting guidelines, which we will dig deeper into, okay? Now, 44 minutes I've been rambling on, and I've kind of gone through it quite quickly, but I hope that it's been comprehensive. This is probably the part that I think is the most important part of today, okay? The growth engine, as I call it, the infrastructure, the CRM, okay? I know for a fact some guys operate with like a HubSpot starter package, or some bigger companies implement Salesforce, extremely expensive and not intuitive. Everyone that I know really don't like. It's not easy. It's not like an Apple phone, very user-friendly for the people that are not so technical. And then, of course, we have the classical prop space, and we have the classical My CRM, very cheap, per user, etc. Doesn't very limited on capabilities that I know for a fact can be very overwhelming to manually do a bunch of stuff, especially if you just launched. Let's say you launched, there was an off-plan launch, for example, 30 days ago, and you got in like 700 leads. Okay, now you're giving these 700 out to your agents and having them to call every single lead. It's very time consuming. It drains the agent if the agent can't convert. You see what I'm saying? This is the thing. So what is a CRM? Well, we all know it's a platform that assists and automates and empowers your agents, your front office to deepen their relationships. Okay, I mean, it's a must today, and I think everyone can agree with that. How it all started, CRM is just a sales tool. I actually spoke to someone yesterday that said, CRM is just a fancier Excel. And I'm pretty straightforward and almost a little bit harsh. I said, because you don't know CRM. You think it's if it was a fancier Excel, it wouldn't be 25 CRM providers. If it was just you don't have the capabilities in your CRM. So today, CRM is a business tool, right? Now, first we need to understand that speed to lead is everything. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit harsh here when it comes to agents, including myself back in the days, because I recognize all of this stuff. Okay, after 5 minutes past, the odds of connecting and qualifying with the lead drop by 80%. When it comes to real estate, some of you guys might think, no, that's not true, because if they call me and they want to buy something and they haven't seen anything yet, I'll let them run around with all the other agents and I'll call them back in 3 weeks when they've seen 7 units, and I can find out which units they've seen and I can put that to my database, right? We all know that. The good old methods, secondary market stuff, right? Responding to leads within the first 5 minutes, increase conversion by 391. Now, I'm not saying, and no one is going to waste 6 weeks of their time on a personal manual level with someone and then get surprised and angry when they've wasted so much time with a lead and that lead goes and close it with another company, okay, because there was lurking in the background. I'm not saying that, but there are methods where you can nurture that lead along the entire way until they are ready. This is what we're going to get into, okay? So, I mean, we went through this. 91% of the buyers buy from the first agent they talk to. These are factual. These are coming from Harvard Business Review. By the way, you saw, I hope during the whole procedure, you've seen the sources at the very, very bottom. All the sources been there. Contacting leads within the first 5 minutes. We did that already in the last one. I don't know why I didn't remove this. But anyway, now, the problem is that companies take forever to reply. This is what I feel as well. Not just real estate. Like when I was going to rent here when I came out, same with the office. I had to follow up with agents. Okay? Doesn't matter where the agent come from or background or professional or non-professional. Lousy. I'm just keeping it real. So many agents here are just lousy, okay? Yeah, but life is stressful. No, then you shouldn't be an agent, okay? If we've said that you're going to call me back, then call me back. If you say that I'll call you back tomorrow afternoon, let me just speak to the landlord, etc., then call me back in the afternoon. Even if you didn't get a chance to speak to the landlord, call me back out of professionalism and say, hey, listen, I haven't heard from the landlord. I've WhatsApped him, I texted him, and I've called him. I'd respect that. So companies here take forever because there is no system. There is no system. That's why. Different from Europe, okay? This is very powerful. How many times have you, as the customer, for any company, not just real estate, had to repeatedly contact the company to buy their service? I call it the Dubai way, or sometimes inshallah, yeah? Let's just keep it very, very much so. So there must be a system implemented so you can stick out from the competition. And this can be all done automated, okay? So these are the 3 pillars of following up. Speed, how quickly you follow up with them. This is psychological and it sticks to their mind. Oh, you're the first person I spoke to, etc. Personalization and volume. I'm going to break it down in the coming slides. Structure brings efficiency and efficiency brings results. That's my little quote, right? What can be automated here? You get a lead. A confirmation SMS or WhatsApp or both gets sent out. Personalized with their name. Hi, Sarah. Personalized. Immediate after 1 minute, we can basically install after 1 minute or after 3 hours. It's entirely up to you. I have my ways, and companies might want to do it differently. An email gets sent out as well, so they have our emails as well. If they didn't get to see this, if they were driving, something came in the way, when they get home later on, they'll see the email. An automated voicemail, a generic, okay? it will be inside of a text message saying, "Hi, Sarah," and then the voicemail. "Hi, this is a voicemail that's been pre-recorded, but it's installed in the system, implemented to be sent out generic. Hi, I tried to reach you. I saw that you filled out this. I'm honored to work with you," or whatever you want to say. "I'm looking forward to work with you. But I need to know if you can call me back, or since you didn't pick up, what time is good for you? Can I give you a call 6 p.m. tonight?" When you start this kind of conversation with people, it gives them an additional personal touch that no one else is really doing. And guess what? This is automated. You set it up once, or we set it up once, or you need to set it up once, whatever you use, and it's going to be running forever, okay? After that is another SMS and WhatsApp following up. After that is another email. I usually remove this email. I think one email is enough. And then another SMS and WhatsApp. But Dario, don't you think we're bombarding them? No, we're not. Absolutely not. They showed interest to us. They showed interest to our product, regardless if it's real estate or anything. Why are we bombarding them? We are following up with them. We are wasting our time contacting someone that showed interest in our product. I don't believe that. It's sales. It's sales, okay? Because whatever they did, they filled out the same form or did the same lead application with 10 other agencies. Guess who's going to win that lead? Whoever follows up the most in the most efficient manner. They're going to win the lead. So when you call after a week, when you just call them once, "No, you know what, I bought already," or "I rented already," or "I already booked with the off-plan," whatever it is that you're trying to promote. The only thing manual you do is that you receive 2 notifications. This is on the first day. We run this for 7 days. Okay, we call it the generate golden follow-up. Okay, it's a whole different thing. I don't want to talk about it here. 2 notifications you get to your phone from the CRM. Hey, call Sarah, hot lead. If Sarah replies to any of these, an automated message will be sent out. Hey, call Sarah, she's a hot lead, because she actually communicated to us. Now, what do you mean by all of this stuff? Let me go down a further couple of slides. Okay, here we go. This is automations, all right? This is how we set that up. Everything is automated. Everything is automated. We can do anything on the face of this earth. It's all integrated, okay? I should have had this a little bit early on. Let me take it from the top. Okay, so generate CRM that we have. Complete overview of the revenue. This is the complete overview of your company, where the leads are coming from, how much ads have you spent, how much money have you spent on Google, Facebook, etc. Here's the funnels, the pie charts. Everything you can imagine is for the overview. Managers love this, so they know exactly what's going on. Instead of jumping around between 5 different platforms, everything is already in here, okay? What else? Let me go this back. There we go. Reporting and analysis. If you need a report, etc. I mean, custom reports on any metric you could imagine. It's highly scalable. You can leverage flexible dashboards to see all the data you need in one place and easily share reports with stakeholders. You can track your prospects visiting in real time, visiting your websites, okay, which is crazy, and set up custom email notifications for your team, okay? Same with HubSpot. I mean, we are a HubSpot provider. We're also a GRM provider, which is our own. We've taken everything HubSpot have to offer, but done it better. You can also create landing pages, okay? Basically, click funnels already inside. You can create your own landing pages. You can do SMS blasts from here. You can do email blasts from here. Everything you can imagine. All the conversations for your leads, from your Instagram, from your WhatsApp, from your Facebook, from your SMS, from your email, from any channel, integrated into one here. You can also set up phone calls, but that requires another integration with another developer, which would be great for agency owners that want to have dictatorship on their agents. Funny enough, I've never had that experience, but I've seen you call an ad on Property Finder, had to go through a system, they had to know everything, they don't trust their agents, etc. No disrespect, guys, I'm just saying how it is. So you can automate your nurture conversations, create the text messaging with the goal of viewing in appointments and calendars without any human interaction. Everything comes up here from the automations, okay? And we are actually working on an app to be released in March, so you can do all of this from the app, okay? We're working on that. It requires a little bit of funding, unfortunately. Full customization of messaging, of course. Now, this is amazing. Lead management with pipeline and triggers. We all know what this is. This is a pipeline. Everyone knows about a pipeline, okay? Every part of the pipeline here have their own automations. based on how they interact with us and how our phone calls and follow-ups goes. So if we move new leads, for example, might have 3 notifications for phone calls, 2 WhatsApps and 2 SMS. Hot leads is just notifications to you until you call them. Booking requested could be a viewing. This one is amazing. Instead of you following up, yeah, just want to confirm if we got a viewing today at 2 p.m. etc. The system does it for you. Hey, John, good morning. Just want to reconfirm and remind you that we have a viewing today at 2 p.m. Okay, I'll see you in the lobby, 1:55 or 2, etc., etc. This does it for you. Okay, so every part of the pipeline, the buyer's journey that we discussed, wherever they are, wherever the contact cards go, you can either do them manually after you've called, or if you haven't called and the system is sending out WhatsApps and SMS and they answer, the system will automatically move them for you. Okay, so every single pipeline stage has its own trigger. This is priceless. If I had this back in 2013, I would cause way more damage. Let's just put it that way. And these were the automations that I was talking about earlier on, okay? Guys, I hope this has been given, okay? I felt a bit stressed. We're on 56 minutes now. I couldn't go more deep. I wanted to keep a good level for both advanced people and starters here that are just looking into this, but they're focusing on being a good agent instead. This is not really relevant, but they want to have an understanding of how it works. I fully understand that. You can always book a free consultation with me. I hope this has been good. If you need anything from me, my phone number is right here, and this is my email address, okay? And yeah, after this, now you're gonna be actually redirected to my booking page, so you can book anything you need free. If you got any audits, any questions, it's a free consultation. So guys, I'm looking forward to speak to you, all of you again, and yeah, take care. I hope today's been good. Take care.